Hi everyone, welcome to the community classroom. This is Dr. Tracey McCarthy, psychologist, attorney, and educator, and we are coming with a special activity. Too often on YouTube, it has been noted that people tend to focus on being passive learners. They are simply absorbing the information and then often debating about the information. And those debates apparently have been going on for quite a while, and they go on ad nauseum. So I thought it would be a good idea to try a different approach. There are debates that are just going on and on and on about where people who identify as African American or Aboriginal American or Indigenous American or American Indian, there are questions about where they came from, and then there are all sorts of insinuations that many people with brown skin are rejecting their African roots and their African heritage and only wanting to identify with an American heritage. This comes with an indictment on many of the brown tribes that are on the East Coast, who have a narrative that says that they were here before Columbus came, for sure, and before the colonizers showed up. And even that has been rejected. We haven't seen any interviews with anybody actually interviewing those individuals who have the belief that they came from Africa, that they all came from Africa. And so some of those tribes would be like the Chickahominy and the Pamunkey and tribes like that. And so anyway, here is the activity. Instead of going back and forth about self-hate and rejecting Africa and debating about how the slave ships got here and when they got here and trying to debunk everything, let's look at this a different way. Let's look at who is generally accepted as Native American, and let's trace them back to Africa. And so that's what we're going to do with this activity. So you can look at North American, Native American, South America. You can go into the Central America there, and the ocean islands.
50 million who were exterminated across the Western Hemisphere in the first 400 years' time, starting in 1492. To those who have kept their homelands, and to the nations extinct due to mass slaughter, slavery, deportation.
Okay, so let's look at our assignment. And no, this is not a joke assignment. This is a real assignment. And so if you're going to be participating in the comment section, we're going to focus on this assignment. And so the first thing that you're going to do is select one non-quote-unquote black Native American tribe. And then you're going to trace the tribe's journey out of Africa and into the Americas. And the next thing that you're going to look for is from what tribe in Africa did the American Indian Native American tribe emerge? So where did they come from? What tribe in Africa did they come from? The next question is, what customs do the separated tribes continue to share? So what customs do the American Indian Native Americans in the Americas share with the tribe that they were separated from in Africa? What are the customs that they continue to share? And if you determine that the American tribe did not actually split off from an actual tribe in Africa and perhaps the entire tribe came over, what African tribe is the most genetically and culturally similar? Okay, and number 6, what is the explanation that the American tribe has for why and how the American tribe actually left Africa? What made them leave Africa? How did they leave Africa? And the other thing is, how long did the journey take? How long did it take for them to get from Africa into the Americas to populate the Americas? Now, there's a caveat. for your responses, you cannot use or include Pangea in the discussion, and you cannot use they came before Columbus in your response. And then you're to put your responses in the comment section. And for those of you who remember watching Black Panther and Killmonger having the discussion with T'Challa about the people, and Njadika saying basically, aren't all people your people, since all people came from Africa, based upon the out of Africa theory. And so based upon that theory, you will approach this assignment, and it should be a pretty simple assignment to complete based upon the out of Africa theory for all human beings. Remember, knowledge is power. Take care and see you soon.
50 million who were exterminated across the Western Hemisphere in the first 400 years' time, starting in 1492. To those who have kept their homelands, and to the nations extinct due to mass slaughter, slavery, deportation, and disease unknown to them, and to the ones who are subjected to the same treatment today, to the ones who survived the relocations and the ones who died along the way, to those who carried on traditions and lived strong among their people, to those who left their communities by force or by choice and for generations no longer. To those who abuse themselves and others, and those who revive again, to those who are physically, mentally, or spiritually incapable by accident or by birth, to those who seek strength in our spirituality and ways of life, and those who exploit it, even our own, to those who fall for the lies and join the dividing lines that keep us fighting amongst each other. To the outsiders who step in, good or bad, and those of us who don't know better. To the leaders and prisoners of war, politics, crime, race, and religion, innocent or guilty.